Hello and welcome to a video tutorial on Edusystem assessment importing. In this video, we are going to look through how to import the WCED Marksheet that has been provided to each and every educator, the updated version due to the coronavirus. Before we start, you should first inquire by your admin whether your subject is set to WCED. So this is something that only admin can do. Admin will go to grades, and in this case I will be teaching mathematics grade 10, so I will ask admin to ensure that mathematics grade 10, its assessment channel, is WCED. Once that is the case, then I can proceed to import Marksheets. And when I get to import Marksheet, I can select my subject, mathematics grade 10, and then select my classes that I want to import, and I will select next, and then this screen will ask me to confirm all my details. And when I have a look, I will see that my sheet name, my start row, my mark row, and my learner columns, all that are blank. And the reason why all these are blank is because it hasn't been set up. So in order to set it up, I would move over to setup. And when I get to setup, I will go to my mathematics grade 10. So I can search in the search bar, mathematics grade 10. Once it's done loading, I will go down, and if my subject is set to WCED, I will see this Marksheet settings at the bottom. Before we get to the Marksheet settings, we actually need to set our columns for our results. And the way we do that is we look in our Marksheet. So if we go to our Marksheet that the department has provided us, when we open it, we will see that indeed we have columns. And our result column, as we can see here, term 1 is AA, term 2 is AB, term 3 is AC, term 4 is AD, and our final total is AK. So AB, AA, AB, AC, AD, and AK is what we need to fill in for our columns. So when we head back to the system, we are able to edit this. So this way we edit it, we click on the side, edit, and we change this Marksheet column to AA, and we save, and that's term 1. When we come to term 2, we change the column to AB, and then we save. When we come to term 3, we do the same, we change the column to AC, and we do the same for term 4, we'll change it to AD, and then our final, we will change that to AK. Now you might notice that it says term 5 here, so leave that as term 5 for the final, do not change it. And if you have any other assessments that are not term 1, 2, 3, 4 or final, then just make this value a 0. Once that is done, now we move over to our Marksheet settings. And in our Marksheet settings, it will ask us whether we want to read by learner name or whether we want to read from our CMAS number. In the case of grade 10 and 11, we do not have CMAS numbers on the Marksheets. However, on grade 12 and grade 8, 9, we do have CMAS numbers on there. So in that case, we will use the CMAS number. So before we start, we will edit. So since this is grade 10, I will be using surname and name when I'm importing to compare against the data that Edusystem has. And our sheet name, as you can see here, will be the value that you see here, record sheet. So this entire value that we see here, capital letters, underscore, everything must be captured as is. So we'll head back over to Edusystem and we'll capture that record underscore sheet. And then our start row will be the row where our first learner is. So we have here number 15 is where the row of our first learner is. We'll insert that, 15. Our marks row will be the row that contains or that holds the total marks for each assessment and the terms. And that in this case will be 14. So we'll type in 14. Our surname and name, our surname column will be the column which holds the learner's surnames, which will be column B. And our name column will be column C. So we'll enter that. It will be column B. And this one will be column C. And that's it. So now everything is set up and then we save. And once it's done saving and everything is set up, we are now able to head over to import Marksheets. And we can select our subject again, mathematics 10. And we'll select our two classes, 10A, 10B. And you click next. When you click next, it will ask you here again, confirm the sheet name, start row, and learners column. And you will see that everything is the way we set it in the previous section. And when you head further down, you will notice that now it asks you to select assessments and results. Now you might notice that in term 2, most assessments and examinations have been skipped. So in that case, don't select something you don't want to import. You only select the items you need to import. In some cases, in some schools, they also have term 1 already pre-populated as term 1 reports were issued. So in that case, don't import term 1. Only import the terms and results that you need to import. So in this case, if you don't need marks for term 1, if you don't need the term 1 marks, do not import it. But if you want to import it, you are feel free to do so. However, the important thing that you will need for this term is term 3 or even term 4. So in that case, I will select term 1 because I feel like I need to import it. But if you don't want to import it, don't import it. If you have the marks already in Edusystem, do not import it. And then I will select term 3. And then from my assessments, I want to import my project, control test, control test, control test. It is not mandatory to import this for now. The main thing to import is the results. And the reason for that is the results, as you can see, it says required. So if I leave this blank and I try to go next, it will tell me you must choose at least one result. So I'll select that and that. Now I can go ahead with this now without importing the assessments because the assessments is not compulsory. It won't appear on the report. The result will appear on the report. That's why we need the results. But I will select the term 1 results. And let's have a look at what our control test for term 3. I'll also select that, which will be that one and that one. And then we'll go next. Now, it will ask us to upload our file. And we'll select our file. And I'll select my Marksheet. And I will open. And once my Marksheet is present, if I selected the wrong one, I can remove the file and re-upload. However, if it is correct and I'm happy, I will click next and I will see all the items that will be imported once I click this. So it says here the following marks will be imported and override any existing marks for the current subject. When you are done reviewing, click Save. So you review you will see that in our case we have Burton Oni 38 for the project. You will look at this. Burton Oni 38 for the project, 40, and then 22, 24, 74, 58. If you go over, you will see 22, 24, 74, 58, and all the results will be according to the learner's row. Once we are done reviewing and we are happy and we don't see anything funny, so in this case, when there is blank lines, what will happen is it won't import anything here. It will just leave it blank. So once I'm happy with everything, I will click save. And when I click save, I will see it's importing. Give it a few seconds and it will tell me upload completed successfully. So at this point, I can upload another mark sheet. Oh, if this was my last mark sheet, well done. Thank you for watching, and we'll try and make more videos to assist teachers and make their lives easier.